What is going on, everyone? Stipe here today, and today behind me here I have a Sport JL Wrangler. Now, there's a lot of beauties about the Sport JL Wranglers, and I have to say that the Sport Wrangler in general always was kind of the underrated one. And a lot of people think they need to get into a Sahara or Rubicon to really have a Jeep. Well, today I'm going to tell you that you really don't. There's a few little simple modifications you can do to the Sport that will just make it look absolutely better than probably most of the Saharas on the road, and probably better than most of the Rubicon. So before we do get into this video though, please make sure you do hit that subscribe button. If you like the video at the end, please make sure to like it, and we'll get right into it. You can see here what we've done with this Sport. This is a manual Sport Wrangler. Now obviously the automatic is a upgrade, so whether you like auto or manual, that's totally up to you. Me, a two-door Jeep should probably always be manual. I had a two-door Jeep, it was manual, it was a Sport. I loved it. Now, the things that I was able to do with my Sport was pretty awesome. I was able to do a whole lot of things with it. I went off-roading with it, I beat the heck out of it, and I only unfortunately had it for about 4,500 kilometers, so I didn't have it for very long. But I'll tell you, those 4,500 kilometers were probably the worst of its life, I would think. And I really enjoyed it. I tell people still to this day that it was one of my favorite vehicles that I owned. So now, looking right off the bat at this Sport, the inside is pretty simplistic. Now if you look at the seat is exactly the same cloth that you would get in a Sahara, and it is very comfortable actually. These new Jeeps, they did a great job improving the cloth and the seats in them. They're just a little bit softer, more cushiony. I found that in my Sport, I had a JK, my Sport, and it was a little bit hard. It wasn't really too comfortable, I have to say, for daily driving. These though, very much improved. I'm impressed with that. Now, another thing too is this shifter is a lot prettier looking than the JK was, and it doesn't move as much. The JK one, when you would like go over a bump, it would like rattle and move like this much, and I don't know, I kind of like that it was kind of more Jeepy. But this is a little bit more sophisticated, which is what most people want in a Jeep. Now, as you can see, the dash is very similar to almost all of them, are pretty much the same. The only difference is you get this 5-inch screen here. Now, the 5-inch screen, a lot of people are like, well, I want touchscreen and this and that. But really, the only things they end up using on the touchscreen is things like just Bluetooth, satellite radio, and that's pretty much it. So if you're one of those people, you don't really need a 7-inch or an 8.4 with all of the extra options. Now, obviously, this one comes with AC, as well as that obviously was not a standard option always. And the roof and everything is still the same removable roof. A few little modifications that you can make to a Jeep like this is pretty awesome. There is a couple things that you can do, and they make a world of a difference. So this one in particular does have rims and tires on it. I believe they're Mickey Thompson's with Rockstar rims. I mean, not my choice in particular, but it does add a great look to the Sting Gray, and that's one thing that I'm very impressed with about it. Now, if you do look around the Jeep too, at the interior, the steering wheel is pretty much the same. The gauge cluster and just about everything in here is very similar to a Sahara. Now, if we walk outside, also not a whole lot different from a Sahara and a Sport. Now, yes, a lot of people would be like, well, there is a big jump between the Rubicon and stuff. There is. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely a big jump, but this one here they all do come with backup camera standard, so you're not missing out on anything there. And really the biggest difference, I mean, to most people, what they notice about the Rubicon in difference is the hood. Right, another thing that's noticeable is this plastic connection here that connects the fender to the front plastic bumper. Now, you can remove that, and it will look like just any other Wrangler. If you really wanted to, you can remove that, and it wouldn't be a big difference. You could also change the hood, which isn't that expensive due to the fact that there is so much aftermarket for these. Doing these little options, you can make your you know, Sport look pretty awesome. Actually, you could put a completely different hood and maybe put a even nicer one than what, let's say, the Rubicon comes with. Another thing is too, if you don't have the LED light group, you can put so many aftermarket lights on these. They have the ones that they call like a speaker light, and there's just so many different halogen bulbs and fiber optic bulbs that are available for these Wranglers. So yes guys, as I was saying, great vehicle if you are looking for a Jeep and you're kind of like, everyone's like, oh, you got to get into a Sahara and this and that. You don't have to. There's so much cheap aftermarket product for the Wranglers that will make it look just as good as these Rubicons here right next to me. There's not a whole lot more you can do. There's so many things you can only do to a Jeep to make it look that much greater. And really, you can start with a base Jeep like this and make it anything you want. It's truthfully amazing. And let me know what you guys think. I know there's a lot of people who say, oh, I just bought the Sport and I rather just spend the difference in money from a Rubicon in upgrades, and I don't blame you. The amount of money you can get for those upgrades is just crazy. The lifts you can do, the different rim, wheel, and tire options you can do. You can even change the suspension. There's just so many different things you can do, and adding options that the Rubicon has, you can do as well, as I was touching upon as well. So let me know what you guys think, if you guys agree with me on this. I know there's quite a few people who have commented, well, I wouldn't even consider a Rubicon, I would just look at the Sport, and I don't blame you. So as usual guys, thank you for watching my video today. Please make sure you do hit that subscribe button, and as I always say, I'll be back with more videos. Thanks.